Right guys, there's the 6 4x2 timbers that are going to be laid out, something like that. Concrete will go on the inside. The reason they're off the trailer is because we have an operator. Stop! Oh. I went and done a wee bit of strimming and I told the boy to dismantle this and he actually did a good job. So, thumbs up, Ivor. Yay. Now you can see the reason for me making this out of metal instead of wood. It can be taken down just by pulling 4 pins apart. The doors can be dismantled and all the wee bits of metal on the top is all held together with 6mm bolts. We still don't have the tarpaulin that's going to cover it. It's 4 meters by 3 meters. And these here will keep it kind of rounded for now to figure out perhaps a better way of doing it. But if this works, then it doesn't need fixed. Right, Dad, let's go build it in the starting position for the meat birds. The last part. Move over, boss. You are the backseat passenger.
I'm already in the backseat. I'm holding on to the nuts and bolts.
Hold on to your hop. I think we'll follow this. Right guys, we need to interrupt the time lapse. Let me show you for why. We have put this on upside down because we've bored holes in the piece. I just watch the time lapse and you'll see we have to take this, dismantle it, turn it around. This here has to flip, everything has to flip. We could just flip it the other way around, but the pins will be upside down then. That wouldn't do.
Why don't you just turn the pins around?
Yeah, but we still have to turn this around and get the pins in the right way around. Come on, you're on camera, no pressure.
So much more pressure.
You know what I would do? Listen, do it, go underneath first. No. Now you see, boy. Yeah?
I put all the balls on the bottom.
No. Just turn it around. Grab the ball and spin it around. Easy. That's it, pretty much ready to go. That was a live build. We don't do any practicing in the background. You see that we started, all the bolts is on, all the holes was on this. It was actually only that other one, we only needed to flip it. But the point is, it can be flipped anyway. Doesn't matter. Doors, it's all built the same, so it all fits.
Yeah, except for this.
Like Lego blocks, baby.
Except for the screws.
Except for the screws. You don't want to drop the screws in long grass, you lose them. We didn't lose any because I didn't allow him to do it.
That be going now?
Going shortly. Hey boy, you leaving the drill there? No, you're not. No, these kids are mad keen to get down the road in the quad. I'm going to make a dolly. You lift it up, you put it in underneath, and it's on 2 wheels and caster wheels or whatever, and it'll move. And then I came up with the idea of this. This is all made out of box section. The bottom of it is open. I have an old wheelie bin axle. I'm going to cut it in half, and hopefully, if it's the same size as this bolt, it'll fit. So it'll be a matter of stick it up, push it in, do the same the other side, go to the other side, grab it, pull it, take them off or not, whatever. Right guys, we're in week 3. We're going to be moving the birds. Before we do so, let's go through a few numbers just to have it all up to speed. I'm just going to start from the start. 8 were non-fertile, 8 didn't hatch. 1 got stuck in the egg, 1 got trampled on day 3. On day 4, I first refilled this for the first time. It wasn't 3.8 kilos like a previous video I mentioned. It was 3.2 kilos of starter feed. They've used a bag of starter feed. They're now on farmyard laying pallets. They're just bigger. One of them died on day 6 because he was too small. On day 7, I started removing the food. So we were 14 to 16 hours with food, 8 to 10 hours without food. So on day 10, we're eating 1.3 kilograms of food a day. Every day after that, as the chicks were growing, it was 100 grams or 0.1 kilograms. So it was 3.1 or 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Right up to day 20, where I weighed it, it was 2.2 kilograms. The plan was to move them at week 3. We're now 3.5 weeks in. The reason, this bad boy.
Hello.
Not you. These. They're poultry transportation kits. And if you're going to build them, do it carefully. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Dad put the roof on these multiple times.
Yeah.
He put the door on the wrong way.
I had to strip them. Look, they snap in quickly, just bang them in. But when you bang them in, they better have it right because you can't bang them out. This is why I waited another 3 days. I had these on order because you can just open them and close them. They're stackable, so they all sit into each other. And there's a big hatch, so you can throw them in there, close it up. Like we're going to do in the trailer. Let's catch some birds. This is Nugget hanging in there, staying strong. And this is one of the smaller birds. Look at the difference in their feet size, look. He's staying in the box, he's going to Nanny's house after the weekend. Sorry about the noise, the guys are working next door. But, right, let's put it in here, Ivor. You get to put the last one in.
I feel meat.
Go. You feel the chicken dinners, do you?
Yeah, I feel the meat. The meat's actually under the
Yeah,
belly.
big breast, that's their breast, yeah.
Yeah, I feel the breast.
You better wait on her, boss. They're at the front. Right, guys. I'm just thinking, it's actually been 4 weeks. 4 weeks tomorrow. Some driver. This is the yokes I was talking about for holding the tarpaulin on. I want to cover it all. I want the back side, the wind, prevailing wind is a southwesterly wind, so it's coming from over that direction there, the way you're facing. I wanted to cover the other side and this side. This and this side can be open. It is what it is. I have folded, because the tarp was a bit longer than I originally thought of, I folded the corners in so it's only one of these that's actually holding it. The water's going to be here. The birds are going to be moving in that direction. So I'm going to put the food across the ground, and if there's any problems, i.e. dead bird, this is the end where I'm going to need access to. Hopefully don't need to open it too often. Right. Whenever I get a proper job made, this isn't ideal here now. Never thought of this, but it'll be 4 weeks tomorrow that these birds are going. And I had thought of this. I'm going to put a piece of wood on it to hold this. We're not using wood now, we're using one of these transportation kits. Multiple uses is always better. I set up a nipple drinker water. This is the hose. This is the header tank. I got a connection and it's holding water. So it's all good. The idea of it being fixed here is actually pretty nifty in my opinion. You lift it up like that, it doesn't alter it. What's catching there? Don't know. Let's put some birds in. A bit of puddling. What do you do? Right guys, I've either miscounted or we don't have as many as I originally thought. But however, that's what we have, and we're just getting started, so it'll do the job. Each cupful equals 250 grams. I'm just going to put a bit in here now, just to get them started. I'm going to bring up the feeders to encourage them to come to the front. I do have a set of wheels ordered for the sides of this to make it easier. Whenever me and Ivor built it up the other day, no chance of moving it. I already had the wheels on order anyway before that. So these birds don't know what life is like now. There's 1.2 kilos or thereabouts. That's the birds in there now, folks. I'm not going to strip it all down, but this is the dowels I made up. Round bar, rusted. I'm going to put oil on it. I just have to pull that out and not want to go down. I'm using a 3x4 meter tarpaulin. There is pockets where the water's settling in it. I will punch small holes in that just till move the water out of it, because added weight and I don't actually want the birds sitting at the very edge anyway, because this is the side where Mr. Fox can come to, and he could poke at them, maybe damage a bird or two. I don't know. If it happens, I'll put a strip of plastic, like hardened plastic, around the bottom 6 inches or thereabouts. And I'm hoping and guessing, gambling, if I just do it, I'm adding weight to it. I don't want to add weight to it. I want to keep it as light as possible. Where do you hear this? Hey, ship! Hold! 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 Moving house, Dave! Hold! Hold! I'm telling you, every time you go to do something live, it feels. I'm just standing there thinking to myself, why are they not coming? It's because they don't think they're ready to move. The reason I'm going to start moving them more regular, giving them bigger paddocks. I listened till Greg Judy was doing like a conference thing, and I watched it. It was on YouTube. He says when the grass is growing fast, move them fast. I already had asked him, messaged him about the roll in the grass, and he said, I said if I put angle iron on it and crimped it, and he had said be careful because it's winter feed. So I will show you now what the rolling has done to it. Well, starting out, you can see it's still green. There's been a lot of traffic with Ivor driving up and down in the quad, and you can see it's still green. If you look at this part here, you can see it's a bit dead. I don't think that that's a big issue. I have noticed a few slugs when the ground has been wet. It has rained a few days. Part of the reason why the birds weren't moved quicker. But slugs potentially is a good thing, because what's feeding the slugs also feeds the worms. You see here, this is the clusters of grass. You can see the rush in it. This is the rush plant here. Tall, skinny boy. Here's a better example here actually. They stick up. I had a comment on an earlier video. Greg boss, that there is the rush plant. Given that this pile of soil is just under 2 years old, look how thick the rush is. Look. Whenever I first bought the land and started, there was big hay clumps, big hay of, it's organic matter. It is breaking down. I might always have rush in this land, but I don't mind. I do reckon that I'll not have much bother with it in the near future. That's what we actually bought the new strimmer for anyway. Let me show you another reason why I'm moving them faster. Look, if I keep them on grass, hopefully I'll not need to do as much strimming. Hopefully. Tell you guys what we're going to do.
We're going to bring Nugget to Nanny's house.
Yes, we are, lad.
Yes, we are.
Open. Right, guys. This is a cage that I built many moons ago for Nanny. Actually, that wasn't the cage. This is the one here I did. Inch mesh. I like using that stuff. It was structural.
Nuggy.
Right, look.
I set Nugget in. Magazine?
Yeah, where's the food at? Right.
Sure, Nugget.
Let's get Nugget some food. That'll get him started.
Oh,
Let's steal the eggs from Nanny.
you know what?
Open.
Actually, you are.
Yeah.
You're in a box.
Nugget laid an egg. But just push her into that other thing. Or him, whatever. Right, get them 2 eggs for breakfast. There's loads of wee little flies here. So 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks is way long enough to be in a box. Being locked up, I reckon he's better taking his chances with these bigger hens than being locked up in a box by himself. He'll end up serial killing chicken. Right, let's give these guys something to hook through. Yes, lad. Do you know what, bro? I'm gonna tell Nanny you stole her eggs.
Actually.
Actually. Right, guys, it's later on this afternoon. Where do we see where we're at? These guys are looking for a bit of food. The other guys are relaxing up on the far side where it's nice and sheltered. Now, I'm just gonna cut this. Cut it here. Get the rope through. This is my pulling cord. And we'll just give them some food up the middle. This is the idea. Let's see to the move. Punch a hole in this. Let's start the move. There we go, caught 2 when he moved to 6 inches. There we go. We have moved it 3 feet and they're drinking the water. Now what I'm going to do is take this home. I'm going to fill it up and I'm going to see how much grain it holds. And then I just get the water, 2 10-litre buckets, fill it in here. Guys, thanks for watching. See you in the field.